halfway through the latest Big 3 ball out from Dallas. Game number 4, it's coming up at Comerica Center. Enemies against the Killer 3's. And welcome, I'm Cohen with the one, the only Brian Scalabrine. Hey, we're halfway through this latest ball out in Big D.
It's been great so far. Some really competitive games. Teams kind of positioning themselves so they can figure out a way to make that push for the playoffs. And these 3 games right here are also very interesting when it comes to the standings.
Oh, the enemies, they're 2-2. Killer 3's also 2-2, coming off a big win last week against the Ghost Ballers. PNC Bank rosters for this one. For the enemy scout, you think Nick Young, Swaggy P is coming off a strong game. And for the Killer 3's, Franklin Session doing Frank Nitty things again here in 2022.
Yeah, if Franklin Session plays hard, plays aggressive, gets downhill, everybody on their team benefits. That's what my eyes are looking at when it comes to the Killer 3's.
All right, I know why you're really excited. Let's break down the odds for this game number 4.
I almost fell off my chair when I saw this. Now, the Killer 3's have been a roller coaster, but if they are locked in, this is not a pick-em. It should not be even. I love the Killer 3's in this game, but remember, does Charles Oakley have to beg them to play hard, or right off the jump, do they bring it?
I love it. Absolutely love it. And there's Charles Oakley getting that final hydration before his team gets after it against the enemies.
Because he yells a lot. You can't yell if you don't have hydration.
Key rules in the Big 3. First to 50 wins. We'll get to the break at 25. No game clock. Shot clock is 14 seconds. Free throws, you get 1 shot for 2, 3, or 4 points. And again, the 4-point shot, you have one of 3 4-point circles, each 30 feet away. Backdoor, Dante Green from Franklin Session.
Nice play designed out of the timeout. Little backdoor pass for Green. It's good to get Green going early, the high-volume shooter.
Can I say something? Your energy is the perfect recipe for having 3 more games to broadcast at a ball out.
Well, I don't have a newborn at home, so it's a little different for me as Green gets to steal.
Frank Session, Josh Powell, Dante Green for the Killer 3's. Sek Henry, Keith Benson, Isaiah Austin for the enemies.
Remember, Sessions is a guy when he's getting downhill, he's one of the best in the league at stuff like that.
Putting on the moves, Powell with the floater, and it's good.
It's when the Killer 3's are at their best. Sessions downhill, if you don't help, he's going to score, and Powell and Green can knock down open shots all game.
4-0. Killer 3's in the championship game 3 years ago. Benson denied. Powell with the swat out of bounds.
Good swarming defense. Sure, Charles Oakley loves that. He's all about the defensive end of the floor.
19 hard-fought years in the NBA. Look at the D. Henry off balance, airballs as the shot clock expires.
Now Oakley gives it both ways. He will get on you if you make mistakes, get on you if you're not playing hard, but praise you if you play hard.
But he's got the perfect captain that fits his coaching style. Franklin Session, the rebound. #1 in assists, right up there in rebounds as well in the first 4 weeks in the Big 3. Isaiah Austin against Green. Fade away, too much. Second effort, goes down. Nice put back for Benson.
Yeah, Benson physical on the offensive glass, created a nice little shove to create some space for himself and got that rebound and finish.
Scal Benson, 6'11", played 3 NBA games in a stretch with Golden State in 2012. You just see the Killer 3's, these guys played together a long time. Session, no. Powell, yes, and the foul.
That's just a good example of what I was talking about. I don't care what Franklin Session does, whether he finishes or not. I like him on the attack. Gets downhill, and look at Powell right there on the glass. So many good things happen when Sessions gets downhill.
And Powell gets a free throw for 1 point. Give him the 3-point play. Give the Killer 3's a 7-2 start. Held on to beat the Ghost Ballers last week, 51-49. Austin lets it fly. Benson, clean up, not there. Look at the battle. Dante Green hits the corner three.
I thought it was a great play out of the time, to start the game, to get Green on that back door and get him an easy one. All of a sudden, the jumper feels a lot better when you get a couple easy baskets.
A 10-2 killer three start. It's the matchup. Austin against Green, and Isaiah Austin gets the bounce.
Austin, big-time skilled player, gets to his spots, and he has so much length to just elevate and shoot right over the defense.
7-1, number 1 pick in the 2021 draft. Finger roll, Frank Nitty. Incredible, downhill again, 12-4 killer threes.
I can watch him get downhill all day. He's one of the most athletic guys, most exciting guys in the Big 3. There's a little Euro with the finger roll. Yeah, Frank Nitty, he's in the building. So are we in the ball out down in Dallas.
On they pick and roll on the side, if you on the weak side, you can take 2 steps into the paint. Get the roll guy, because when he come back, y'all talk. Yeah. Whoever big is opposite of the roll, pick and roll, got to scoot over and take the roll guy. And you can hold and then tell him to go. You got to talk. I'm saying communication. In the pick and roll with 2 bigs, y'all got to communicate. Frank gonna come over or what he got to do, because fight over it, whatever you do, unless you tell you go under. Good job.
Well, the stars in the house, the former NBA All-Stars, are here at Comerica Center, including one former Maverick, Josh Howard. He is with Brian Scalabrine.
All right, Josh. Oh, first of all, anytime I ask a former player about the Big 3, do you have anything left?
No. I coach college basketball now, and I get those guys about 15 minutes, and then I'm back yelling.
So how much do you play with the young guys, and how much do you teach them along the way?
I definitely teach them along the way every day, but probably playing-wise, maybe like once every 2 weeks, something like that.
Have you been enjoying the way the Big 3 is unfolding so far?
Yes, I've been a fan since the start. Some of my old teammates out here right now, and I've just enjoyed watching them continue their dream.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, Scal, Josh Howard, he mentioned his coaching at the helm of UNT Dallas, an NAIA school. Josh Howard, an all-star in the NBA 2007 at a Wake Forest. And here in Big D, you see Reggie Theus. He's going to be coaching the three-headed monsters coming up in game number 5 against the Triplets. Nick Young in for the enemies, along with Henry and Austin, against Powell, Session, and Green for the killer threes. On a step back, Sek Henry is short.
Jack Henry can't create his shot and create some separation.
Frank Nitty frees up Powell. Dante Green on an island over Austin. Swaggy P escapes with the board. Nick Young acting coach for the enemies today. Gilbert Arenas unable to be here as Austin, tough move going left, backs it in.
Yeah, so much talent. I mean, he went right between his legs, left between his legs, got downhill, shoulder into chest. And once he elevates and gets to his spot, it's really hard to stop him.
Dante Green launches, can't hit, and it comes to Austin. Well, Charles Oakley for the killer threes, mic'd up. Let's listen in.
I couldn't agree more. I think these guys are just a different team when they are attacking. They're just a different team, and for whatever reason, a game to 50, they're going to have some moments where they settle, but that's when they're at their best.
Dominique Johnson out of the timeout, sinks it. So a little smaller look here with Powell out, Johnson in.
And let me make sure I have my asterisk a bit, because when he's out there, he can shoot as many threes as he wants. He's not. That's the guy I'm not talking about. Everybody else I want to attack. Johnson, if he's open, let that thing fly.
Oh, Austin just misses. All right, thought about it. Had to look for a moment. Look at the attention. Green open, in and out. Swaggy P from 3. Session to the rim, yes.
I love that. This is what I love about the Big 3. Guys getting downhill, chest to shoulder, and people losing their wind. That's what this thing is about.
The blow by, and Green is beaten and commits the foul.
Here it is right here, right. That was the sound we heard here courtside as you go shoulder to chest, right through guys. You're not doing that in a 5-on-5 game. You miss that element in a 5-on-5 game.
6'2", with a ton of grit. Henry off the mark, rebound to Green. So Green, Session, and Johnson for the killer 3's. Green flips it up, and he's fouled. And hey, Swaggy says, I'm going to give you that one. 2-point shot for Dante Green.
That's another example of, even if you play good defense, you better brace yourself for impact, because guys are coming into your airspace. That's the thing. Like, a lot of guys, and we've seen throughout, like DeJuan Summers is another one. You know, 6'9", good size, can handle, and they go through you when you're out there.
Dante Green follows, misses. Nick Young ribs out. So the killer 3, 17, enemies 10 in this first half. Session out of the paint. Dominic Johnson, the drive and the finish on the run.
Yeah, I really love the way killer 3's attack mismatches, inside out action, but it all starts with them getting downhill. Love watching Frank Nitty out there.
Scala just seems so cohesive with the guys on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably, for killer 3's, they have a plan. The plan is Sessions get downhill, try to get your matchup. He's probably going to like this Swaggy P matchup. For the other guy, just, it looks more based off of talent. Just one guy kind of doing his own thing.
Lane's open to go to the rim and score. Dominic Johnson. Never played in the NBA, but junior college, Division II guy, a lot of years in the G League, overseas. A little time spent in the Summer League 10 years ago. Frank Nitty.
Here he goes again.
Winds in on Young. Flip, no, but a foul on Swaggy P.
And right now, look at killer 3's. Johnson coming right into your living room. Little high pick and roll. Austin did not switch out onto that. Did exactly what he was supposed to do. And everyone's a little bit afraid of his shooting. Oh, this is interesting. Swaggy P calling his own bring the fire. Now, I'm telling you, if I was the player coach, I would not call a bring the fire on Frank Nitty. That's disrespectful.
That's a bold move.
That is bold. I would not want to be out there with this man coming at me full head of steam. But Swaggy P's calling his own number.
Oh, I better stop him, right? Nitty against Swaggy. Frank Session, the spin. Got it!
Quick. He's too quick. I'm telling you, I am not hitting that button against that man. No way.
The player coach playing with fire. Here's why.
Little hit, little spin. I'm telling you, Frank Nitty lives for bring the fire. Bring the fire rule was made for a guy like that. You can't stop him unless you have some help out there.
Sek Henry working around. Austin against Nitty, holding his own. Austin leans in, no! And he is furious. He wanted a foul and some. Johnson, yes, and Austin is livid. He nearly fired that to San Antonio. Instead, he slams it to the deck, and the killer 3's with an emphatic finish to the first half.
Yeah, take a look. I mean, he got fouled on this one. A little bit of body contact, didn't like it, slapped. This right here, 3 puts it to halftime, and He is not happy.
(26-12), Killer 3's with the lead at the break. Little bring the fire spectacular from Frank Nitty. Hard fought start for the veteran Killer 3's, and they lead it here in Dallas. Here in Dallas and nearby Frisco, Texas. We start the second in game 4 of the day. Killer 3's leading the enemies 26-12 here in Texas. Microsoft Player of the Week for week number 4. And there were so many great performances 1 week ago here in Big D. But there was one that took the show. Gerald Green winning the vote with 52% of the vote. And it's got a lot of contenders, but Gerald Green lifting Bivouac to their first win in 3 years against the Triplets.
Now Gerald, my buddy, that's my guy. But I voted for Deshaun Stevens last week. I thought he was amazing. But you know what? Congratulations, Gerald Green. Got the win and got the Microsoft Player of the Week. So it's deserved. But I'm just telling you where my vote went.
That's Celtics love right there.
No, I like Gerald
Way
Green.
back.
But I'm telling you, Stevens had a great day.
19 points, 19 rebounds. Pretty good.
Yeah, in a 50-point game, that's tough.
Here the standings. Aliens win earlier. They're the first of 4 this season. Three-headed monsters could get their next game against the Triplets. Ed Cohen, Brian Scalabrine with you. Killer 3's, the big word you mentioned, downhill.
Yeah.
They did a lot of that in the first half.
When they play hard and they get downhill, they have exactly what you would need to succeed in the Big 3. That's exactly what they did. They probably had 4 or 5 little possessions where they kind of let go of the rope. But once they got back to their game plan, it's been all dominance. Look for Isaiah Austin to kind of step up in the second half for the enemy. He's going to be the guy because he is probably their most talented player to go out there and get his own.
Speaking of the Killer 3's, and they got to the rim with ease in that first half, but this guy, Dominic Johnson, came off the bench and really gave them a spark from the outside.
Yeah, he's got a lethal shot because you can talk downhill all you want, but when he's open, he lets it fly, and that's when he's at his best. So he had the 3, he had 2 layups, and then he capped it off with a corner 3 to send this thing to half. Look at all that. Lots of blue. Lots of blue.
Oh, the Big 3 Heat Vision presented by Microsoft, and from all over the floor, Johnson 4 of 4, 10 points in the first half of this one. Now, you mentioned Austin. He was teed up at the end of the first half, so 1 shot for 2, and Session gives the Killer 3's now a 16-point lead.
Yeah, it's a big lead. And they're going to bring in McDaniels, go a little bit smaller here. It will be interesting to watch this.
Wow, the Hall of Famer Tony Dorsett is in the building.
If I walked up to him, he'd give me a stiff arm. Wow, I just fall over.
Pittsburgh, well, Heisman, why not? Boston, look at the double. Henry's open, too much.
Good double, especially up against the shot clock.
KJ McDaniels in for the Killer 3's with Session and Johnson. Frank Nitty, a small ball lineup, spin cycle, knocked down, no foul. And out of bounds. Yes, Nitty's a little shaken up, walking this one off. First half numbers, Killer 3's shooting nearly 50%.
Yeah, you see enemies, no assists, and they're not going to play that style. But they will go to this man. Isaiah Austin can carry a team on his own. So talented.
We talked a lot about Session in the first half, and Austin as well. Scal, you look at all the players in the Big 3. These 2 in particular really embody what the league is all about, because Austin didn't get that chance in the NBA due to medical reasons. Session didn't get the chance out of Weber State and his other schools, but they embody so much of the fun that this league's about.
Yeah, well, once Ice Cube opened it up to these players, that's when I knew I had to get out, because I could go against other 40-year-olds. I can't guard that. I can't. There's no shot. So these guys are real players that play all the time and work and love the game, and they still got a lot of young legs in them. And that's when the league went to another level.
Swaggy P gets the roll off the glass, and good.
Touch up. Only takes 1 for him. He had a huge night, I think 2 weeks ago, where he just absolutely went off against, it was against Power.
Giveaway, Henry thrown right to him. Swaggy P's upset. Henry's upset.
Wait, I want to see if they're going to call a tech here. He didn't hear the whistle. Zach Henry did not hear the whistle. They called the foul. They were looking at one official. They went nuts. But it doesn't seem like they're going to go overboard and call another technical foul on the enemies.
And that's taking into account that Austin was teed up before the half. And if a team is called for a second technical, it's not one, but 2 shots each for 2 points.
Correct. And the ball, right?
Yes.
Like, the penalty is so severe.
By the way, Zach Henry hits for 2. The enemy Scal have been such a good second half team, outscoring their opponents 116-79.
I mean, I know he was upset, but that was a lot of ball on that play.
Dominic Johnson draws the double. Green off the mark. So for the Killer 3s, you have Green in there with Johnson, McDaniels. Enemies have Austin, Henry, and Swaggy P.
Yes, no Sessions right now. We'll have to see where they create offense from.
How about this guy? Step back 3, not there. McDaniels climbing the ladder. Look, Globey gets the bounce.
Man, you're right about that call. Climbing the ladder, man, he went to a new level. He looked like he jumped off a trampoline to get that rebound over Austin.
6'6". And now guarding Austin. Isaiah Austin, back down, push shot, got it. And you just can't really guard 7-1 like that.
No, it's not just that he could shoot over you, but he keeps spinning, so you can't stop him from getting to his spot. That's the challenge with a guy who's 7-1.
He's got 10. McDaniels up and under, no. Gets his own rebound. Good luck to Green. Nails it.
I really love those plays. You know, McDaniels could have forced that up on the offensive rebound, but no, kick it out. Those straight on 3s. Those are not high percentage 3-point shots.
Zach Henry denied. McDaniels the swat, and Green with the throwdown.
It's all Killer 3s in this one. Flexing their muscles, showing you the skill, showing you the defense. Killer 3s woke up ready to play and ready to take it to a new level. McDaniels with the block, and Green throws it down. All Killer 3s in the Dallas ball out.
Killer 3s trying to make it back-to-back wins. They lead the enemies 37-21 in Game 4 of the Big 3 ball out. Get official Big 3 merch at store.big3.com for league and team apparel, including jerseys, hats, and jackets. Get it all at store.big3.com. Gedko and Brian Scalabrine with you. Killer 3s by 16. Let's listen in. Charles Oakley, head coach of the Killer 3s.
All right, keep coming. Keep coming. Stay. Keep coming. You all right? Stay. Good D. Jump ball. Jump ball. Out ball. Yellow ball.
Great communication with Oak right there. Keep coming. Wants you to pursue the ball on the pick and roll. Don't die on those screens.
No. Switch it up. Yeah. Come on. Go. By yourself. Get into him. Good D.
That was good D. That was a good shot.
Very good shot.
Come on, right here. Come on.
Always appreciate the coaches and players. Allow us to get the mic'd up for everybody listening out there. Another tie-up. This time the arrow says it will be enemy's ball.
Yeah, let's go back here. Swaggy P, that is good defense, good challenge, but nice drift. So smooth. Got a new haircut, too. I think he wants to match you and me here in the booth.
It's got a little more of the blonde.
Yeah.
But the light texture. Zach Henry with Nick Young and Keith Benson for the enemies. Again, no Elijah Stewart today as Henry misses. Green jostling with the rebound. Elijah Stewart playing with New Orleans in the Summer League out in Vegas. Great opportunity for him. Deflection. Benson bobbles, collects, leans in. Denied by McDaniels, and Johnson there to nope, couldn't clean it up. But McDaniels snuck in there for the tip.
McDaniels also having probably his best game this season with the killer threes.
And again, they have that core group of three, but the depth can really help elevate this team to a championship contender. Nice move by Henry going baseline.
Man, Henry just dropped his shoulders, owned his space, and got to the rim.
39-25, killer threes. Johnson stop and go. Slip it back to Green. Nails the three. That's been his shot. Killer threes by 17.
Yeah, and when Green is locked in like this, he is a tough cover. Inside, outside, can deck it. He's good.
He's got 15 now. Benson lost it. Johnson off the dribble for three. Sek Henry won't go.
Yeah, well, take a look. Here's that inside out. And look at Green. No hesitation at all. That's 6'10" and strong as he lets that go.
No, that's balanced, Scal.
Yeah, for sure. And that's not even including the impact that McDaniels has had. So you see balanced scoring. All those guys are playing well as McDaniels, as well as Powell doing his job. It's a very good team. That's why I couldn't believe it was a pick 'em.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have to come back to that. Swaggy P hits the triple. Even. No Stewart.
Yeah, I mean.
They kill the climb.
Yeah. There's 2 and 2 in the big three looks a lot different sometimes. No, I think killer threes are a championship caliber team. I think there's about 4 or 5 teams I think that could win it, and they're in that conversation for me.
This is why you start every sentence with, if I were a betting man.
If I was
the three goes down for Nick Young.
The Swaggy P's coming on strong. I think he was just shocked from that bring the fire he had earlier. Feeling a lot better about himself.
44-31, killer threes. Green the roll, in midair the collection, and twirls it in.
Yeah, Green is just so good. Nice pass by Johnson. Oh, that's not a good foul. All right, let's unfold this. As Swaggy P gets fouled from 4 now. It's Swaggy in the corner, knocks it down, wants to foul. Here's Johnson. Look at that good catch and finish by Green. And then we're going to get a 4-point shot for a free throw. I'm guessing no way. I mean, that's a tough shot. And now you're doing it out of rhythm, trying to find it. It's a very different shot. I think the 3 is even tough when you get fouled from 3.
If there's a guy who's going to try and pull it off, it's Swaggy P. Here he goes. 1 shot for 4 points. Airborne. Got it!
Oh, man!
Swaggy P delivers in Dallas.
He's so smooth, man. He is so smooth. Nothing bothers him.
Still point game for the killer threes. Session into Swaggy P. Gets space to slam it down.
Swaggy P wants the offensive foul. That's not how we roll in the big 3.
Stripped. Good hands by Johnson. Fires and hits. Ball game in Dallas. The killer threes over the enemies. Nick Young with the highlight. Hitting the 4-point shot after the foul. But the killer threes with the final salvo on the 3 by Johnson. Game winner, 51-35. A balanced effort. This guy gave him great opportunities off the bench. Killer threes now 3 and 2. Dante Green leading the way. He is with Brian Scalabrine.
All right, Dante. Now that is who you guys are right there.
For sure, for sure. You know, we had to come out, The league is tough this year, man. So every win, every bucket, everything counts, man. So we had to come out and really get back to our game and start on the defensive end, playing hard and just trying to get the win.
Yeah, where does your energy come from? It looks like when Sessions is playing, getting downhill, you guys are at your best.
Oh, yeah. Well, first it comes definitely from my B1 patch here, my vitamin patch. Make sure y'all go get y'all vitamin patches, buyb1.com. But other than that, we just thrive off each other, though. We've been together, our core's been together for 3 years, so we know what it takes, and we just kind of find a way to build up some energy, come out here and do what we love.
All right, congratulations, Dante.
Appreciate it.
Dante Green, product placement, and 17 points in a Week 5 win over the enemies. 4 games down, 2 to go as the Big 3 fallout rolls on Fire, DAZN, and the Big 3 YouTube channel.